XRP holders, what is the truth for XRP?
Guys are holding XRP. This is a massive update. The market, XRP specifically, is very, 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 very close to a massive move. And in this video, we are going
That's what I've been calling. October is the massive move I think is going to happen.
to be talking about it. This also does refer to literally every single crypto. Make sure, if you guys love XRP, that you guys give this video a thumbs up and stick around to the end of this video. So if we go and take a look at the charts, we could see that Bitcoin and cryptos have ended up correcting for about 2 weeks now. Bitcoin ended up pulling back 14%. That is a very significant pullback for Bitcoin that we have seen in a very long time. Typically, Bitcoin will only pull back about 10%. 10% here, 10% here.
I feel like, September is the very key point where everyone takes their XRP profits and starts selling.
Before bouncing is starting to pump up again. And for the first time in quite a long time, we've seen a pretty significant correction. But the funny thing is, it's the same exact correction if you take a look at this same exact move here. Same, almost about 13% from this move here all the way down here. So it looks like this move is repeating itself. You can see it's literally almost.
So that's what I've been warning you guys. These whales, they're making money. They're making money if you know it or not. And they're profiting off the markets right now, especially when the markets, especially if we get some type of bad news, these whales sell and buy back. That's what I've been seeing on the chain for XRP. That's what I've been doing during the lawsuit times. It might be different now.
Almost identical. You have 1, 2 dumps here, and then it bottoms for a massive move. And then you have 1 and then 2 dumps here. So it's literally the same exact fractal that is playing out. And then if this does play out, that means, guess what? Bitcoin is going to be pumping to potentially, if it just repeats this leg here, which Bitcoin and cryptos love to repeat themselves, we're going to be seeing $130 something thousand for Bitcoin. Look at this, $134,000 for Bitcoin, which if this is actually the case, XRP is going to be seeing new all-time highs in just the month of September. A lot of people are calling for a massive crash in September, and that would be kind of normal. That does kind of take place in September's, especially in the 4-year cycles at the last part of the bull market. That is pretty normal. And I would not put that opportunity behind us, or that possibility behind us. And also, I'm selling bananas for just $1. The link is in my video. Support for XRP.
So yeah, it's pretty clear that XRP still holding above $2 is what doesn't really scare me at this level. But if we fall below $2, that means the whales have been selling and might have sold a large portion of their supply. Like below $2 is when I feel like 2026 might start entering this bear market until we go for another bull run.
Could see 264, somewhere in this range here. I'm going to go ahead and map it out for you guys. We could see this potential gray box here. This could be the next support. And then under that, we do have around $2. This could happen, but I'm not calling for this. If Bitcoin continues to push lower, that this could be a possibility for XRP. But the key thing here is Bitcoin is at key support. It's wiped out so much liquidity. It's wiped out so many long positions. Tons of longs have already been liquidated. We're getting very, 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 very close for a massive bounce, in my opinion. The Fed is now cutting rates. I mean, this is extremely bullish for all markets, not just crypto, but stocks are going to start going crazy. We are now entering into the fourth quarter.
Now, this really depends if it's going to pass the Crypto Clarity Act. I'm really hopeful for that because that is going to affect the prices on a massive scale. So the Clarity Act, the ETFs, it also depends how many institutions list these ETFs.
Literally, as you watch this video, we're going to be turning into the fourth quarter as September 1st starts. The fourth quarter typically is a very, very bullish time period for cryptos historically. And on top of it, we've been in summer price action for many, many months. In the summers, the price action is terrible. The volatility is insane and the volume is very, very low. So there's a lot of crazy manipulation But after we get out of that summer price action, which we're literally starting today, essentially just a matter of hours into the fourth quarter, you're going to see a complete change in the market and how it behaves and how it...
I mean, just seeing the prices jump so much before even getting retail investors back definitely makes it very much more exciting what's going to happen in October. Because we have been seeing so many pumps without the retail investors even getting like 100% into it.
Moves in the volume. There's way more volume. A lot of the hedge funds, institutions, and big money, they do not buy or allocate or make any type of positions during summer months. They wait for the fourth quarter, typically September, October, and that's why things always go crazy around this time of year. So every single time XRP comes to this level, we do bounce. XRP, in my opinion, is setting up like this. You see how it's dumping multiple times to this key support zone. I think XRP is...
This is also the whales probably selling, you know, because when XRP went above $1, they were largely in profit. So this could be the time when they didn't sell at $3. They started, you know, maybe even the ones that bought the dip at 1.7 started selling it at like 2.3.
Somewhere in this region here, and we are getting ready for the next leg up. I do think the next leg up is definitely going to start towards the end of September or in October, but it could take place earlier as they've been dumping the market since August. We've been literally correcting since August. It's been a couple of months now, especially for XRP. If you take a look from the very top to our current level, it's been about 50 days, so that's 2 months. Typically in a bull market, altcoins will correct about 60 to 90 days, sometimes 30 to 40 days.
So yeah, 30% correction is not unheard of, from my opinion.
And then they will continue to go up again. So we are literally getting really, really close to the end of the extreme possibility of this downtrend manipulation going to be over. Now make sure you guys join my WAP. You can...
It could be like sometime in September. Who knows? I feel like sometime in September, even looking at the markets right now, you know, if you follow stock markets are down as well. Bitcoin is down. There has been some bad news, but not really to trigger a bear market yet. But he's calling for 114 Bitcoin, which would be definitely nice, and then seeing a pushback. Like he's saying that XRP will fall off in what, like after October?
Even if we are still going to crash massively in September and to go down to like 92K, which I think is a possibility for Bitcoin, obviously XRP is going to follow. I still think Bitcoin can at least squeeze up and form another lower high, potentially head and shoulders pattern, and then nuke. It needs to have liquidity to nuke it further. So after they've taken out so much liquidity on the bottom side, I am still waiting for a big, strong squeeze to wipe out all these short positions before they dump it again. That's what I'm expecting. I think Bitcoin is probably going to come up to this region here, reject, and then we could get that big nuke maybe to 92K, which would bring XRP and a bunch of other altcoins at a better discount.
That would bring it below $2. Yeah, somewhere in September is where I'm really, really worried for XRP. But I'm not worried for it long term, just short term.
For us to buy for the next and final leg of the bull market, which I think can take XRP to $4 to $5, maybe up to $7. This is my price prediction for XRP. If you guys have another price prediction, let me know your price predictions in the comments below. But if you guys are going to be trading cryptos, make sure you are doing it over on Blowfin. This is a platform where I'm long and shorting cryptos up to...
So yeah, you get the idea. Is September is obviously one of those months where we could be seeing massive corrections from people selling it. Now, this has been pretty normal in crypto. That's why I'm not too worried about it. And I also trust, you know, like if the whales are buying it back at that price point, it's definitely a bullish indicator. But right now, we have been seeing whales dumping at very high prices and potentially rebuying it back. You know, some of the whales already bought it at 2.7. So it's really a matter of time before it flips. Could be mid to late September, but nobody really knows the details. So yeah, that's just my opinion. JP Morgan just flipped the switch on XRP.